dreams can and they do come true, but our dreams need us to nurture them. They need us to be patient. They need us to allow things to unfold, and often our ego can get in the way and it can want to control things. And I've been really seeing this play out in my life over the last three and a bit months. And while I've been going through a massive transformation and a massive rebirth in my life, I've got a cat called Minnie. So you'll have seen the thumbnail on this, and Minnie is the ginger black and white cat, and I've had Minnie for about 11 years, and her brother died last year, Freddie, and I decided not to get another cat. I was like, if a cat shows up, then I'll take it in. And lo and behold, just over 3 months ago, a cat showed up. My neighbour showed up with a mom's cat asking if I would rehome it. And I was like, yeah. So in came, at the time the cat was called Poirot, and I was like, that's a godful for me. So I renamed to Phoenix, because at the time I was, going through I was working with a client, and we were talking a lot about the Phoenix rising, because the Phoenix, it's a bird. It symbolizes immortality. It symbolizes rising from the ashes to begin again. And it felt really fitting, because I realized that not only were my clients going through that was the journey that I was on as well. We're always on these cycles of death and rebirth, where we're rebirthing new parts of ourselves, where we're shedding skins of ourselves in order to be rebirthed again. And I've been going through a massive rebirth. So I named her Phoenix. And when Phoenix first came into our lives, I was a bit like, what's she going to be like with Minnie? And Minnie was not happy about it. Every time she saw Phoenix, she would hiss, which is not like Minnie. She would hiss, and actually she's such a softie as Minnie. She would like hiss as if she were going for a bit. Phoenix hissed back, which a lot of the time Phoenix didn't. At first Phoenix was just like, what's going on here? But if Phoenix did hiss back, often Minnie had just run off. But anyway, so Phoenix spent the first 3 weeks under the bed, right? And I was like, I just want them to be together. I just want to be happy families. My dream is that I am, I'm sat here just doing my work, just creating, and I've got the two cats sat together at the side of me on my meditation bed. I thought, that is my dream. But I decided back then, right, I'm not going to force anything. I just need to allow them to come together. So she spent about the first 3 weeks under the bed. Then she started coming out from under the bed and being on top of the bed. So I was kind of split between two cats. And I'd be downstairs with Minnie. Phoenix would be meowing upstairs. I'd go spend some time with Phoenix, and I'd come, and I was just like between these two cats. So it was a little bit uncomfortable at first, but I decided just to accept that it was a little bit uncomfortable, and just accept it is what it is, and that if I force it, I'm going to make it worse. There was a couple of times when I did try and force it. There was an odd few times when I got Phoenix because she was probably upstairs for a good 2 months, right? So she came from the bedroom, from her bedroom under the bed to on top of the bed. Then she's on the landing. Then eventually, all of a sudden, Minnie's reacting really weird in the bedroom, and I realised Phoenix is at the bedroom door, and she's just like, I want to come in. Before I know it, within about, and I was just like, there was a bit of a standoff between the cats, right? And I'm like, and to me, I was seeing it as a little bit of a standoff between my ego self, right? Because I was going through this push and pull inside myself, because I was going through a death, a rebirth. I was going through a period of being rebirthed. I realised I was in this cosmic womb, and things were being woven, and I was very quiet. And something inside me wanted to push against that quietness, but so it was like I could see these two parts playing off against each other. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to allow them to sort out themselves. I'm not going to get in the middle. I'm not going to get involved. I'm just going to let them resolve it themselves. Within about a week or so, I wake up and boom, Phoenix is on the bed with me, and she's been sleeping with me, and I'm like, where's Minnie? And Minnie's downstairs. So I'm like, whoa, Phoenix, look at you. So she kept going. She was determined. She was focused. And I have to say, Phoenix wasn't trying to get Minnie out. She just wanted to be with us both. But Minnie was resisting. Minnie's like, I'm not having this. Absolutely no. So Minnie's now downstairs. So it carries on, and it's kind of like, like I say, it's just over 3 months since I got Phoenix, and she started to eventually creep downstairs. Often Minnie would just chase her back upstairs. And again, I just decided to have patience, just to allow it. Oh, that's it. That's what I was going to say. There was a couple of times when I really wanted to come downstairs because it was getting a bit of a pain, right? Having to go upstairs, spend time with her, come downstairs. I was just like, as soon as I got upstairs, Minnie would start crying. As soon as I got downstairs, Phoenix would start crying. They both just wanted attention, right? So I was like, it was getting a bit uncomfortable. So I was like, right. So I put the cat box out, and I was like, I got Phoenix one day into the cat box, closed it, brought her downstairs. I thought I'll start in the kitchen, put her in the kitchen, open the thingy. She freaked out. She was freaking out, and I was like, oh. So then I thought, right, I'll put her in the room. I put her in the room. She just darted straight upstairs. So I was like, do you know what? That didn't work. I forced her, and she just got scared and she retreated. So I thought, right, I'm not going to do that again. So that was my little bit of ego trying to push. And I was like, no, let's just allow it. Let's go back to what I said I was going to do in the first place. Just have patience. Just give them both love. Just nurture them both. Just let them both know that they're safe. And eventually they're going to come together through that love. So I just left it. Eventually Phoenix is creeping down the stairs, and we started having these moments where I might be sat here. You might even see it in some of my videos on my channel. You might see, if you just look at my couch in the background, you see that red blanket right now. All of a sudden I'd just be sat here and I'd see a little head. I'd see her walking along the chair, and I'd be like, oh, she's here. And Minnie would be here just like giving her the eyeballs. And often that would end in Minnie chasing her back upstairs, and then she'd come back down. So we're in this little bit of a dance, right? And I see this as the dance between the shadow and the light, the push and the pull, you know, that resistance to that just allowing. So as that ego starts, you know, Minnie was resisting this change, and she was fighting against it, and Phoenix is just like, I'm here and I'm coming in. I'm coming in. I'm determined. I am coming in. This is the part of it that says, I'm going to change. I'm going to evolve. I'm coming in and I'm here. And then we've still got this echo of this part that's maybe resisting a bit, like feeling uncomfortable in the change, thinking, am I safe in this change? You know, that's Minnie really. Minnie's just such an amazing cat, which you might be able to see her. She's just there right now. She's so cute. So anyway, fast forward, I'm still just allowing this to go on. I'm not getting involved too much. I'm just showing them love. I'm just nurturing them both. I'm just letting it be. I'm just letting it breathe. I'm just letting it evolve. I'm just letting them both know that they are safe. And then today I'm sat here and I was creating this hypnotic meditation for a client that was about to arrive in a couple of hours, right? And in it, we were weaving a new dream for him. You know, he's got this dream, and we're weaving it in because we create our reality in our dream time. We're creating our inner worlds. That's how we weave our dreams. Anything that we are experiencing now, we have dreamed it into existence. We have created it, whether we want to admit that or not. We create things so we can grow and expand. Everything that we experience, we are part of it. We are not separate from it. So we're creating this. I was weaving this new dream for him, weaving this new magical little dream for him. And as I was writing this magical little dream, you know, bringing forward the desires that he's told me that he desires to live, I need a cup of tea. So I get up, I'm going for a cup of tea, and as I get up and go for a cup of tea, something makes me turn back and look around. I don't know what I have to say. Phoenix is like a little ninja cat. Often I'd be sat on that chair as well, and all of a sudden I just feel a brush around my head and I wouldn't even hear her. And actually a lot of the time I've called her Shadow as well. So I say about the shadow and the light because I had a stray cat which we called Shadow, which died unfortunately a few years ago, but Shadow used to do the same. She used to be like this ninja cat that would just creep on up. That's how she got into the house. She jumped in my bedroom window and she started creeping down the stairs and going to the kitchen to eat food. Anyway, so she'll just be like there and I won't even realise it. So I get up and I go to make a cuppa and I look around and boom, just like you see on that thumbnail, Phoenix is sat on one side, Minnie is sat on the other side. I'm like, today my dream came true. Today that dream that I sowed, that I started to weave just over 3 months ago, came into fruition. In fact, did you just see her then? You just see what I mean about creeping? I don't even realise she's here, and then let me just see if you can see her. All of a sudden, there's Phoenix. There she is. She is adorable. She just creeps in. Minnie's pretending not to see her. That's, in fact, when you look at the thumbnail, that is Minnie just being like, Minnie's got to a point now where she's like, right, okay, I give up, I'm just gonna allow, I surrender. And Minnie started to surrender, and I see that again as my ego that's been going through exactly the same thing. We can look at our animals in our lives and we can see them mirroring back to us parts of ourselves, and that's what's been happening with Minnie and Phoenix, and it's been so amazing to watch. And as I've seen it, every time I felt a great shift inside of me, every time I have surrendered more to the process that I'm going through right now, to the rebirth that I'm going through, to the dream that I am weaving into reality, every time I've released control and surrendered to it, I've noticed my cats shift. So I'm actually seeing them shift in response to my own shiftings as well. That's why I say I see them as the shadow on the light. I see them as those parts of myself that have been dancing in this dance of surrender, of allowing the new to come through, and Phoenix is the new coming in, right? And Minnie just has to accept and surrender that she's safe in this new dance that is being woven. So today that dream came true, that dream that I weaved just over 3 months ago, and I know it's symbolic of another dream that is coming true for me as well, a dream that I've been weaving for much longer. But the message really that comes through here as well is that, our dreams, they do come true, but our dreams need to be nurtured. They need to be nurtured with love. They need to be nurtured with focus and determination. Phoenix, I was going to call her Shadow again, Phoenix was determined. She has not given up, no matter how many times Minnie chased her back out of the room, chased her back upstairs. She used courage. She just came back down again, and she was like, no, I'm coming down. And she's kept coming forward. She's kept coming forward until eventually Minnie's just gone, right, fine. Let's just allow whatever happens to happen. Let's allow this change to be birthed into reality. So that part of us that never gives up, that is determined, that is focused. And there may be a part of us from time to time that feels like, oh, it's not going to happen, or feels uncomfortable with the changes. Like Minnie starts to resist it, starts to push against it, starts to think, I've got to do more, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, it's not going to happen. That's the part of us that needs to surrender. I'm going to link a video about surrender, because if you're watching this, it's likely that you are so in a dream right now. You have a dream to bring into this reality, and there's going to be times in that dream where you've got to surrender. You've just got to allow things to come through, because you go through a period of rebirth, a period where those energetic cords are being weaved in the womb of no thing. And no thing is not nothing. There's a difference between no thing and nothing. No thing, it's no thing, it's no physical thing in the womb of creation where our dreams are being weaved, but it is everything. It is from this place our dreams sprout and move into the physical reality. So our dreams must be nurtured. We have to nurture them with patience. We've got to be really patient with ourselves. We've got to be really loving with ourselves. We've got to stay determined and focused and just keep going. It's not about, we've got to let go of the expectations of the time frame. I set this dream for myself, not the dream about the cats coming together. I set that 3 months, and boom, here it is. And I know it's been a representation of the rebirth that I've been going through, but the dream that I am birthing into reality right now, that's coming right into my reality right now, is something that I seeded 8 years ago, possibly. I seeded this dream 8 years ago, and I have been nurturing this dream for a long time. And there has been times on that path where, I honestly thought it would come into reality so much sooner than it has come into reality. I honestly did. So there's been times on that path where I've doubted myself, where I've thought, oh, can I do this? Am I doing the right thing? But it's been fleeting, because I've always known in my heart, yes, I am on the right path. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I've just got to keep moving forward. And also what I started to realise is that journey that I've been on to bring it into reality has been such an incredible journey. I have grown in so many ways. I just couldn't even explain to you how many ways I have shifted, and the shifting has been an unveiling. So it's been actually, what I've been doing on that journey is taking off layers of programming, layers of wounds, layers of trauma. And as I've been doing that, I've been connecting to my true authentic self, and I've been always been rerouted onto this higher path, higher path, higher path, higher path. I've been walking up this mountain, and I've been taking many paths up this mountain, but I've always been walking up it. I've always been going up, and I've always known, I could see that I was getting to the top, but the top is not the destination. I realise that now. It's actually the journey. It is the journey. It is, why do we have these dreams? Why do our souls implant these dreams into our blueprints. They're implanted there so that we grow and expand, so that we change, so that we evolve. It's not actually for the end goal per se, because it's always going to be something more to reach for. It's actually for the journey. So if you've got a goal right now, just know that let go of the time. Like I said, I think there's been people on my path, I know it, that have probably thought, what are you doing? Maybe you should just give up on that, because it doesn't happen in the time that society brainwashes people to believe it should happen. I remember a business coach saying to me, if your business isn't making money, then it's just a hobby. And I thought, ooh, no, that's not truth. That's not the truth. But those kind of things that are said can really stop people from continuing forward. Sometimes, we've all got different paths, we've all got different lessons to learn, we've all got different wounds to heal, and sometimes our wounds may be around abundance, maybe around self-worth. There's different things, and when you are following a dream, you're going to face all of those wounds. That is the point of it. And it is those that unfortunately give up on those dreams because of those challenges that then, they miss out on so much. But it is those that push through them and realise that is part of the journey. You are going to end up getting to the end of the rainbow. You are going to get your pot of gold. And that whole path towards that pot of gold, well, it is littered with gold as well. So much growth, so much expansion, so many blessings and miracles are going to come into your life if you continue to pursue that gold in your heart. So let go of the time. If you've been working on something for so long, I hope this gives you inspiration to keep going. Let go of the time, let go of what other people think the time should be. Only you can know that this is a journey that you go on with your own heart, with God's source, with your own soul. So, I want to share this message today because today I looked back and I saw these two cats and I asked myself, am I awake or am I dreaming?